Hey, my creators, I'm going to show you how to make beautiful Afrocentric clip art that actually sells. Are you ready? Let's go.
I keep it real, simple, and easy to follow. No fluff, just real stuff. That's the motto. Take your time, step by step. Let it flow. You already got it in you, now you know. Are you ready? Let's go, let's go.
All right, my creators. So as always, we start on the front page of Canva, and this is the pro version. And we're going to start by creating our workspace. And so I'm going to click on the create button over here on the left-hand side. Once we click that, we're going to go over here and we're going to scroll down and we are going to choose custom size. And I usually just make a 12 by 12 inch to start off with. It's showing here because that's what I have used most recently and most often. But if it's not there, you would click on units you would click on units and you would change this from pixels to inch. Or if you want to do it as a pixel, that's fine too. But I'm just going to choose inch, and you would type 12 in here and 12 in here. But since it's here, I'm just going to click on 12 by 12 inch. And when it does that, I now have a brand new workspace that we're going to work in. My creators, I am making the screen bigger so you can see in case you're looking on your phone. So I've increased the screen size. So hopefully you can see this even better. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to choose an image that I've created here. And these are just some images that I have created myself in various programs like Midjourney and mostly Midjourney. Some I actually created within Canva itself. But we're just going to find something that we like. Let's choose this one. Let's see if it removes the background on this one. Sometimes if the focal image, like her blouse, it's kind of very similar to the background. So sometimes Canva can't distinguish the background from the focal image, but let's see if it does. It did. Okay, did a great job. All right, so we have our image and we're going to make her larger, a little larger. I think this is beautiful. I love the fro. And we are going to now play around and get some other elements that we can add onto this image. All right, my creators. So I have some elements here that I have recently been playing around with. I'm going to just click on see all, and that way you can see images that I've been playing with. And so these few at the top, I want to try to use these. I'm just going to click on them and see what we can do with some of these. This is going to be something unique and different. Now let's put this into the back. So I'm going to choose the three dots. See these three dots on the top on the right? Then I'm going to go to layer and I'm going to choose send to back. And then I'm going to do the same with the others. But I can actually click on position here on the top on the right. And when I do that, you can go over to the layers tab. See over here on the left hand side? This shows you everything that's on that particular page on the workspace. So right now, if you click here, this is the woman, but I want her on top of all of these other images. So I'm just dragging it up. I just grabbed it and dragged her right up to the top. So now she is on top of all of these other images, which I may or may not use. Not sure. These are just some that I like. So I just decided to put them on the page. I think they're unusual and unique. I really like these. And I am I guess I'm kind of an eccentric person. I like unique collections and, things to be kind of, I don't like things to be necessarily perfect. I like things to kind of be just in different shapes and forms and colors and things like that. It just brings out the artistic side of me. So this one piece right here, I want this to be in front. So over here on the layers tab, you see I have it clicked here on the worksheet. Look on the worksheet. on the workspace. See, I'm moving it around. Now, while I'm moving that, I want you to shift your eye over to the left to the Layers tab, and you see there's a purple box around it because that is what we have selected on the workspace. So whatever you have selected on the workspace, on the Layers tab, it's going to highlight that. So if I click her on the Layers tab, it's going to highlight her. If I click this on the Layers tab, it's going to highlight, and vice versa. If you're on the Layers tab and you click that item, then over on the workspace is going to select the item there. Okay, so I want this piece right here, this gold piece, I want it to be in front of her, so I'm dragging it up. Okay, so I have dragged that up. All right, cool. So let's move her up some, and then we're going to take this and move it outward a little, and then I am going to, let's see, what are we going to do? We're going to put some text on here, but I think I'm going to put the text at the bottom so I can leave her maybe here. And I think I want to put a gold flower right here. So I'm going to go back over to Elements, and I'm going to type in here gold flower. Let's see what comes up. Okay, here's some gold flowers. Let me click on See All. Let me see what comes up. Maybe the leaf. Okay, I like the leaf. I'm going to make it smaller. I'm going to take the wheel. See this wheel at the bottom? See that wheel right there? When you click on it, it kind of disappears, but you can see it at the bottom. All right, so I'm going to make it a little bigger, turn it a little more, put it to the top, make it a little wider, and I want it to be behind this one. So I'm going to go back, this one meaning the bronze paint splash there. So I'm going to go back to position, and I'm going to move the I'm going to move this flower beneath the bronze. But unfortunately, I moved it behind. Did I move it? I moved it behind her. I don't want it to be behind her though. So let's do it like that. Excuse me, my creators. I think I might be coming down with something. I want this to be on top of it. There we go. All right, so we're going to turn it a little. Okay. And I actually want the flower on top of her, but I don't want the bronze to be on top of her. So let's do this, and then let's see if I do this. Nah, we'll just put that down there. We'll leave it like that for now. We'll put the flower back underneath the bronze. Okay, there we go. All right, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to duplicate this flower. And if you were with me in one of the last recent videos, I showed you how to crop something so that it looks like it's peeking out on one side and behind another image. So you see we have two of these floral images, right? This one over here is behind her, but I want this part of the image on the right hand side to look like it's in front of her. So since I duplicated it, I'm going to put it right on top of itself, and then this side of it I am cropping down. Did you see that? Okay, so I cropped it down. So now it looks like it's actually two images. It's this one and this one, but it looks like just part of the flower is on top of her head. Okay, so if I want, if I did this, I could have two pieces of the flower on top of her head, but I don't want all of the flower on top of her. I want part of the flower to be in back of her. Okay. So we got 2 actual pieces of flower, and this one right here, I also want this one to be behind this. So we're going to go back to the position tab, and we are going to move this behind the bronze. Okay, so let me click back on it because it did something I didn't want it to do. I still want it to be in front of her, so we got to play around with this a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna have to just crop this because if I move it to the back, it's gonna go behind this and this. So I'm just gonna crop this part. There we go. So now we just have this one little piece right here. So even if I cropped it up some more, I still have all of the other flower, because the main thing was to have this little piece right here in front of her hair. Okay. All right, so we are finished with the elements. The next thing we're going to do is add some text. All right, my creators, so the next thing I want to do is add some text to this clip art design. So on the left hand side, I clicked on text, and when I did that, all of the text utilities came up, right? So I've got the text boxes, and I also have the apps that are related to text. Okay, and so one of my favorite apps is Type Studio, and that is a pro design. There are a lot of different ones in here, and if you scroll over, you can see the different ones, but my favorite is, let me click this back arrow. My favorite is the Type Studio. So I'm going to click on that, which I just did, and when it comes up, my computer is a little slow loading today, but when it comes up, we're going to be able to choose the type of text that we want to add onto this design, and then we can edit the text within. So since this is kind of elegant and fancy, I'm going to try to find something that is kind of relevant to that. So I'm going to click on, I think this one, and we're going to type something here where it says text in the text box. And because I want to put the text at the bottom, it's going to be probably just a couple of words. So let's put something like I am blessed. Okay, so now we can change the colors, and obviously we want the colors kind of to match what our design is here, or something totally different. Maybe we do like the pink. Maybe the pink would be a contrast to that. So you know, you could do it whatever you feel is best. Now right here you can change the font type. I like the New Amsterdam. You can find whatever you want, but just for the point of this video, we'll probably leave it as the New Amsterdam. Yeah, I like the New Amsterdam better, so let me undo that. And why it didn't undo it? Well, maybe it won't undo when you're inside of an app. So no worry, I'm just going to click back on the font, and I'm going to choose New Amsterdam. And so it changed it back to New Amsterdam. Now you can go down and change some of the settings. I think I like all of the settings that we have. You could change it if you want to. Let me see if I want to change anything. No, I think, let's see. You could always explore. Actually, I do like this one because this gold piece right here is kind of angled like that. The text is also kind of angled like that. Okay, so let me scroll down. You can choose the decoration effect. You could choose the shade effect, all of that. Right now our shade color is black. I'm going to leave it as black. You can put a texture on the design or the text design. I don't think I want to do that. And you can choose a gradient effect. which would give you two colors. So I could change the colors if I want. If I don't want this pink, I could click here and I could get rid of the pink. But actually you can't get rid of it because you have to have two colors. So I can click into here and change this color if I want. I can make it the green, but I think that's a little too dull. So I do like the pink. I think I'm going to keep it like that. If I wanted to change this one, I could change this to a different color. Maybe I wanted to make it a deeper gold or something like that. Could do it like that. Okay, let's choose that gold. And then we can change the angle. Look closely up here at the text and you can see that the angle of the colors are changing as I move this around, as I move this angle. So I think I'll keep it like that, and you can choose the scale of the angle. I'll leave it in the middle. So I like what we have. I'm just going to click on Add to Design, and it popped it over here onto the design. So now I'm just going to widen this some. And the other thing is I'm going to put this more in the middle. And I think I'm going to duplicate this gold piece. Let me duplicate it. Put it over here. And I want to crop this down some because I just want the extension at the bottom. I don't want the whole piece. I just want it to kind of be extended out a little. Let's do that. And let's move this kind of to the back. Send it backward. Let's see. Let's go to position. And let's move it underneath here. Okay, there we go. See, now it looks like it's a full piece. There's a piece and there's a piece. All right, so I'm pulling this back over and let's make this a little larger. There we go. And if you are extra, and you know I am, you could go back over to the Elements tab. Let's scroll up here to Elements. And if you really want to make it pop, you could type in gold glitter. We click on See All. Let's add a little bit of gold glitter to it. I like this one a lot. I love that. That's pretty. And let's widen this up some. Oh, I love that. Very, very pretty. Let's duplicate this. Okay, and then let's do this. And okay, so I kind of want it, let's see. Okay, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. We're gonna play around a little bit. This is what's fun about Canva. Okay, I want the words I am. I want that to be on top, but I want blessed to be behind here. So what I'm gonna do, since I duplicated the text, I'm gonna click back in here and it's gonna open back up for me to edit that. And I'm gonna delete the word blessed on here. And I'm gonna update this element. And when I update it, you see it just says I am. And then I'm going to put this right in place. Okay, so now we have I am, and blessed is like a little bit behind the gold. Or you could have done it the opposite way. You could have had blessed on top and I am under the bottom. So either way that you want to do it. But here is our finished image. Creators, I made just a very slight change. I just pulled this down a little so you can see the word blessed more. Let's see. Yeah, sometimes, you finish a design, it's still beautiful, and you just want to make a few slight changes. So that's what I'm doing, just kind of turning this a little so that we see the word blessed a little more. And I'm going to duplicate it, put it over here, and now I'm going to flip this around and put this up top, turn this some. Okay. There we go. I love that, love that, love that, love that. So now all that's left to do is that you would download it, and you would go to share and download your file as you see fit. PNG or JPEG or PDF or whatever you determine is best for your needs or your customer. Hey, my creators, don't forget, if you are a member of my YouTube channel, and you can do that by just clicking the join button underneath the video, you will have the link to the base of this design to create your own image very much like this. See what you can do with it. But it's only for members, so don't forget, sign up for the membership. All right, my creators, I hope that you got something from this video today. If you did, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Please subscribe. Please give me comments. I love your comments. I love answering questions. I love helping out as much as I can. And I love making these videos. If you want the templates for the videos, the same templates that I'm using when I share the videos, make sure that you join my YouTube membership. If you just want simple one-on-one individual images, then check out my website, thejoyartclub.store. I will have the link in the description for my website. I'll also put the link in the description for my Facebook group. I love to have you join us. As always, remember, the more we create, the less we hate. And I'll see you in the next video.